time winning the Impact World Championship at Slammiversary.
Slammiversary, Saturday, July 15th on pay-per-view.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your Slammiversary main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live on pay-per-view from the Music City of Nashville, Tennessee, it's time for the King of the Mountain match. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my left, he weighed in this morning at 240 pounds. From Fort Wright, Kentucky, he is the Wildcat, Chris Harris. Your second participant comes to us from Gainesville, Georgia. He weighed in this morning at 215 pounds and is TNA Wrestling's only two-time Triple Crown winner. He is the phenomenal AJ Styles. Introducing your third participant from American Samoa. He weighed in this morning at 280 pounds. He is the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your fourth participant. He weighed in this morning at 230 pounds. From Tampa, by way of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, he is the instant classic, Christian Cage. And now, introducing your fifth and final participant, standing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 235 pounds. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist. This is Kurt Angle.
The World's Heavyweight Championship belt held up at our Sacrifice pay-per-view event to be decided tonight at Slammiversary here in this five-man King of the Mountain matchup. There you see the beautiful new TNA World's Heavyweight title belt held aloft by senior official Rudy Charles. The belt now in the possession, in the hands of Jim Cornette, and Jim Cornette representing TNA management. He'll be the man that hands the belt to the winner of the fall as they try and climb the ladder and hang it high above the ring.
We're going to show you right now the results. The T-Mobile right here, who you thought was going to win the King of the Mountain match tonight. And 30% right there said that Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle 25%, Christian Cage 15%, and the mystery partner that we now know is Chris Harris got 5%. It was an unknown, but Samoa Joe, AJ Styles had the lead with Samoa Joe by the voters, and I think people feel like this is his time.
We saw this earlier. Christian Cage and the phenomenal AJ Styles talking about working together, working as a team, and that's exactly what they're doing. Christian propels Styles into the Wildcat, Chris Harris, and then Christian Cage follows up right off the back of Styles, and he just dropped the Wildcat in his tracks. Samoa Joe outside, out on the arena floor after the battle with Kurt Angle, and check this out. Styles is laying down. Purposely, he was going to allow Christian Cage to cover him so that Christian would then be eligible to hang the belt, but Angle came in to break it up.
I'll tell you what, AJ Styles is bought in. You mentioned it earlier, I mean, what a way to do it, because nobody's eligible until you get the pin. And AJ Styles was willing to take a fall so that Christian Cage can be the first one eligible. Great teamwork by those guys, and it really changes the way you're going to look at this matchup. And look at the wonderful drop kick by AJ Styles. He absolutely just slammed him in the cage.
AJ's
Look at
trying
this.
to pin Christian.
Oh, man, and you think Christian Cage's going to return the favor right there. I think that's what AJ Styles thought. Hey, why don't you give it to me? And he waits, and he doesn't let him do it, and now it's going to be all on. What a kick by the phenomenal AJ Styles to the back of Chris Harris's head.
You're right, Styles drilled him in the back of the head with the kick. Now heads out to the apron. You know he wants to go springboard here, and Joe knows it as well and just pulled him right down off the apron onto the floor.
Well, we're going to do our best to follow all the action, but these guys are, oh my God!
Oh!
Joe just grabbed AJ Styles and just slammed him into the rail.
You're right, just flung him, took him by the legs, and he went headfirst right into the steel. Action in the ring with Samoa Joe with those big shots to the midsection of Christian Cage. Cage puts on the brakes, but Joe catches it. First inverted atomic drop, then off the ropes, and he got that big boot right up.
What a boot to the face, and right in front of us, the Wildcat Kurt Angle are going in. Look at Joe, breaks that knee right down on Christian Cage.
Now, the Wildcat, he took Joe, used him like a projectile, and flung the 280-pound Samoan right into Kurt Angle on the floor. Wildcat's ready for Christian.
Samoa Joe's just been on fire, and now look at this, going for the catatonic, and he spins it around with Christian able to counter. He's going for the unprettier, going to try to get one here quick, and look at the counter, and look at the straight by the Wildcat Chris Harris.
Full Nelson slams him down to the mat. AJ now back into the battle. Phenomenal one catches Harris unaware. Quick reversal and Harris shoots. Oh, Styles off, but AJ got the boot up. Watch Styles out of the corner. Tornado DDT.
Oh, look at the strength, and this is not the Wildcat's first King of the Mountain match. He was in the first. He spun him around, hits the catatonic. He is like 1, 2. The Wildcat is now available to go for the
He's
title.
eligible. The Wildcat Chris Harris gets the pin on AJ Styles, and Chris Harris is eligible now to hang the championship belt.
AJ Styles has to go to the penalty box for 2 minutes.
To hang the belt and win the TNA World Championship.
We talked about that previous experience factor. 3 of the 5, Don, had been in prior King of the Mountain matchups. Those 3 being Chris Harris, AJ Styles, who's headed into the box for 2 minutes, and Christian Cage. Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle, their first time in King of the Mountain, as we see Harris and Christian exchange out on the floor.
Think about this, Mike. AJ Styles cannot help Christian Cage in any way. Look at Joe with the ladder. Unbelievable. He just throws it over the top. Right on top of the hands of Cage, but you better watch out because Kurt Angle's right at you.
Look at these shots by Angle. The Olympic gold medalist unloads, but Joe reverses, fires him off into the corner, and then catches him with a high knee.
What a knee right there by Samoa Joe. And look at him just grind that foot into the neck of Kurt Angle. A neck that's been broken. And he just takes it and he face washes him with that foot.
Countdown clock shows that we're under a minute before AJ comes out of the penalty box. Samoa Joe went for the boot to the face of Angle, but Angle stopped him, and there's the suplex. Watch him maintain the contact. Watch him maintain the grip. He's going to take Joe up again with another suplex. He's going to try for 3.
I mean, the fact that you can do this many German suplexes is what makes Kurt Angle so incredible. And there's another one, and every one of those just knocks the fire out of you, knocks the air out of you, Samoa Joe. But the time is now drawing near. AJ Styles is going to be able to get out of that penalty box, but keep in mind, only the Wildcat is eligible to win the title at this point. That's so important. He's the only one that's got a pin.
Oh, you're right. That's the determining factor in this match. As we see the rear naked choke, Takina clutch is applied by Samoa Joe on Christian Cage.
By the same time, Kurt Angle's got an ankle lock. And Samoa Joe, I believe. I mean, this is unreal. You've got Christian Cage. You've got, he's got the ankle lock on Christian. I'm sorry. But unbelievable. Christian was getting it on both ends.
2-minute period has expired, and the phenomenal AJ Styles is out of the cage. All 5 men are back in this King of the Mountain match, but only 1 eligible at this point, and that's the Wildcat Chris Harris off the pin on AJ Styles. As I see Christian trying to bring a ladder into play outside, while Harris unloads with that big left hand that takes Angle out to the floor. Christian's got the ladder position. Wildcat Chris Harris comes across. Christian pokes him right in the eyes, and now he's going to try and suplex him on the ladder.
Think about where that ladder's positioned, and there you see Christian Cage is trying to hold his balance, and he tried to go for a shoulder block, but Christian able to get out of the way for the most part. Another left there, though, by the Wildcat, and look at Christian just trying to, hold his balance, and he couldn't do it.
That was
and
a bad landing.
got crushed right there by the ladder.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God, he's stuck in it. He's stuck in the middle of the ladder, people.
Swinging a miss with the clothesline by Styles as the action continues in the ring. Back elbow for Harris. AJ inverted DDT. Cover. Pin. Twos. Samoa Joe into break it up.
I mean, you've got to try to break it up. The more people that are eligible, the more chances they've got. Look at the Pele! The Pele out of nowhere as he crashes on Samoa Joe. And now look at AJ. Springboards, and he nails him with the forearm.
Great flying forearm shot off that springboard by Styles. Takes Joe across the ring. Now it's AJ Styles and Kurt Angle. Could it be the Styles clash?
Oh, this is a chance right here to try to go. He's got him set up. He's got, oh, but look at this. Angle's going to turn it into an ankle lock.
Awesome reversal. Awesome counter by Angle.
Oh, he's got him. He can get him to tap. Oh, look at that. That's a nice turn. Nice reversal. Nice kick. And look at AJ. He's just so athletic. He's unbelievable in the ring.
Oh, the educated feet of AJ Styles takes the Olympic gold medalist to the floor. Styles charges at Harris, who elevates him.
Oh, right on the ladder. Right on the ladder. Right on Christian. Oh, my God. Unbelievable night.
Christian Cage, AJ Styles down on one side of the ring. Kurt Angle outside as well. We got to take another look at this. Guys in the truck. Can you get a replay?
Look at this as you see AJ and look at the Wildcat. And there was Christian still on that ladder and they both got crunched. Unbelievable.
Back live.
He's got a chance, remember. Chris Harris asks for the belt.
One more look, guys. Let's get back live. Harris has got the championship belt. Jim Cornette just handed it in. Now, this is his opportunity. Climb that ladder, hang the belt, and become world champion. Kurt Angle hits the ring.
Kurt Angle realizes how close he was and he can't allow it. Oh, man, and then he just dropped him with the
Olympic slam.
Two. Got it, and Angle now is eligible. Kurt Angle
is now eligible to win the match and the title.
And Chris Harris has to go to the penalty box. Well, that doubly penalizes Harris because he was the only man up to that point eligible. You're right. Now it's Harris and Angle who are eligible to win the championship.
Think about this Kurt Angle right now, though, the only one that's in the ring that has a chance at hanging that belt. Oh, what a snap slam by Samoa Joe. Unreal. And it's just absolutely incredible.
In the corner, Samoa Joe charges in, went for the elbow. Christian moves out of the way, and Joe just powered him down to the mat. Here comes AJ and Joe. Joe's ready for it. Catches him in the bear hug, out to the middle of the ring.
You can just see right here. Look at that. He just dropped it right on his head. Absolutely incredibly dropped it right on his head. Oh, but think about it, though. Joe and AJ Styles are not eligible. Only Kurt Angle is eligible, and Christian still hasn't recovered. Muscle Buster, and he hits it.
Joe, cover him and become eligible. Here it is.
Oh, Kurt Angle breaks it up just in time, and he's got to.
Smart move by Angle. You've got to do that. Remember, Angle and Harris eligible at this point, but Harris still in the penalty box. Angle went for the clothesline, and he knocked out the referee. Rudy Charles is down at the same point that Joe applies the choke.
Think about this, the referee, though, even if Angle taps out, the referee won't see it. And he's got him in that hole. And right now the referee's knocked down, so Joe trying to become eligible, but the referee's got to call it.
And you can see Angle's
tapping.
Angle's tapped out.
The referee's still knocked down, and he can't see it. So Joe is still not eligible. And keep in mind, Wildcat Chris Harris still in the, wait a minute. Look at this, the ladder by Christian.
Oh, God, right into the head of Samoa Joe. Christian going to try and revive the referee, drag him across. Christian on Angle. Did he get the three? I think he got it.
Christian Cage is now eligible to climb the ladder, hang the belt, win the title. Kurt Angle must spend 2 minutes in the penalty box.
Oh, he stole that. He stole that. I mean, Chris Harris is locked in the penalty cage.
Well, the referee's not able to let him out. So Chris Harris is still stuck in there. And now, you got to realize that Christian Cage is asking for the belt since he's now eligible.
Right. Christian calls for the championship belt. The third man to become eligible is now going to head up while they put Angle in the cage. Here goes Christian.
He's got it. He's right there, but no Joe. Joe's too close, and you can see him fighting it off. Christian's got that belt in his hand. but Joe's gonna fight up there on the top. He's so close to hanging it, but he can't. And now Joe, who's not eligible, is gonna make sure. And look at that off of the ladder. Oh my God.
Dropped him down right across the goal. Dropped him down across the championship belt.
The crowd showing their appreciation. And Kurt Angle is in the penalty box. The Olympic gold medalist is gonna sit watch this go on right now. The Wildcat is eligible. Christian Cage is eligible. Kurt Angle's eligible, but he's in the box. And Samoa Joe and AJ Styles still are not eligible.
Bodies laid out all over the six-sided ring. Harris looks like he's going to be the first to get back up to his feet. Chris Harris, Kurt Angle, who's in the penalty box, and Christian Cage, the only three to this point eligible to hang the belt and become TNA World's Heavyweight Champion. It's almost like you've got to have eyes in the back of your head here as Harris tries to get that ladder in position. Now, Cornette hands in the belt.
Well, he calls for it. He feels this is a good opportunity. But you can see how he just hangs on that ladder. It's the reverse ladder match style of this. You're not pulling it down. It's not just getting up there. Then you've got to balance yourself, and you got to hang it up there, Mike.
You're right. Harris close to hanging it and becoming World's Heavyweight Champ, but Samoa Joe climbs up the opposite side, and the southpaw unloads. Oh, and then he just hit Joe right in the top of the head with the belt. And now here comes Christian.
Christian fighting him up, and they're crashing each other in the head. Wow, look at that. Harris not standing alone. Here comes AJ, and he kicks it right off. Not going to allow it to happen.
Drop kick the ladder, and Harris just crashed and burned right against the ring ropes.
Listen to this crowd. They know they're watching something spectacular. Kurt Angle is now eligible to get out of the penalty box, but he's having a hard time getting out. Think of the beating these guys have taken. I mean, think of all the things they've gone through. But only Harris, Angle, and Christian Cage are eligible.
Wait a minute, where's AJ headed here?
I don't know what AJ Styles is doing.
Styles going up to the top. Wait a minute.
He's going
up on top of the penalty cage. Is he crazy? Is he out of his mind?
Well, look at this. Samoa Joe's going up after him. What on earth are they doing right there?
What the hell is this? Way up on top of the penalty cage. Joe with those series of shots to the
midsection. They're absolutely crazy as they're fighting.
AJ fights back as well.
Right here on the cage in front of us. This is absolutely crazy. They're so dangerous. You can get knocked out. And look at, you can see AJ fighting it. Joe fighting it. Both these guys, there's nowhere for him to go.
Joe's got the choke.
He's got him.
He's got the choke cinched in on AJ Styles. Already kicked it. Got him right in the low blow.
He caught him with that low blow as the Wildcat now. Climbing up on top. Unbelievable as AJ fighting him off. Oh, what a shot right there by Joe. AJ fighting for his balance. Look at this. Wait a minute. Wow.
Look out.
Wow. Right through the table. Right through the table. Unbelievable. Somebody get some help. I'm hooked up to a cord. Oh, my God. AJ Styles has been freed.
Now Samoa Joe knocked off the top by Chris Harris. Christian Cage headed up to the top of the penalty cage and trying to get Chris Harris, and Christian unloads with shot after shot. Harris fights back.
Joe and AJ, look at these guys. The danger. AJ Styles is dead right out here in front of me. And then look when Christian Cage took that shot off the top.
Harris with the front suplex. Christian, he just took him and suplexed him all the way to the ring.
Keep in mind, Joe and AJ are not eligible, and what a clothesline off the top by the Wildcat.
Sprung off the cage. Clothesline the Olympic gold medalist down.
This crowd realizes that this is such a momentous moment. All three of the guys in the ring are eligible. AJ and Joe are knocked out in front of us. What a shot to the table by AJ. But now this is a chance for these three.
Wildcat Chris Harris gonna position the ladder. Gonna look up, get the championship belt from Jim Cornette, hang it, become title holder, but then Christian, he caught him from behind with the shot. And now, what's Harris gonna do here with the ladder?
He's gonna use the ladder as a weapon. Look at that. He's got it wrapped around him, he spins it around. Oh, now he catches it, and it's just like a tornado, and he catches Kurt Angle with it.
Christian Cage first, deck the Olympic gold medalist next. And the Wildcat, he's the only man on his feet out of the 5.
Oh, this is his opportunity. Joe trying to get to his feet in front of us. But you got to remember, Joe's got to get a pin to even get eligible. And now the Wildcat going to take about his 4th opportunity right here, Mike, to climb up this ladder and win the TNA World Championship. Is somebody get out here and help AJ Styles. He's knocked out cold.
Harris calls for the championship belt, and Cornette passes it in. And now, the Wildcat, Chris Harris, all he's got to do is climb the ladder, hang that championship belt, and become World's Heavyweight Champion for the first time.
Oh, he's so close. He's trying to get his balance right here, Mike. He's trying to get his balance, and he's got to find some way to steady himself and get it hooked up on the top, and look how close it is, but the longer it takes, it gives Cage and Angle a chance.
You got to get up higher on the ladder, Chris. Just a few inches short, and now Christian comes in and knocks the ladder over and sends Chris Harris into the turnbuckle.
Oh, man, you knew it was just taking too long. It was too unsteady. Oh, my God! He just threw the ladder in him like a baseball and just knocked out Wildcat Chris Harris. And now Cage has his opportunity.
He's got to be the favorite now.
Oh, absolutely, Mike.
Harris is knocked out. Angle's knocked out. Samoa Joe and AJ out on the floor. And now, if Christian Cage can hang the belt, he can regain the title.
Oh, this is his chance. Kurt Angle. I mean, it's almost like Kurt Angle doesn't even know where he is. And this is it, Christian Cage. But let me tell you something, you can't delay. You've got to climb it. You've got to climb it fast.
Not after the war that they've been through. Christian, slow to make his way up the ladder. You got to go up a few more rungs, instant classic. On the verge. He's almost there. Angle's getting to his feet.
Look at Kurt Angle now trying to stop him. He's got him by the ankle. Kurt Angle climbing up to the top.
He's got the ankle lock.
Unbelievable, the ankle lock on the ladder. Oh my gosh.
Christian Cage in no man's land, but trying to use his free leg and free foot, and he did it. He broke the ankle lock by kicking Angle in the head.
How do these guys still keep their balance through all of this as they're fighting on top? One shot after the other as Christian Cage has the belt in his hand, but he can't find the ring. He can't get it hung up there.
Christian went to hang the belt, and Angle caught him with a shot. Here comes Harris up the top.
Oh no! Oh! Spears Christian Cage right up the ladder, but look at this. Kurt Angle's alone. Kurt Angle's got a chance.
He looks around. He looks above. Kurt Angle's got the belt in his hand. Kurt Angle's going to try and hang
Did he
it.
do it? This is what he came to TNA for.
And he did it.
He's done it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the King of the Mountain match, the new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Kurt Angle!
What a momentous occasion here at Slammiversary as Kurt Angle becomes the World Heavyweight Champion.
Unbelievable. He came to TNA. It was his goal, and he's now the first pure TNA champion. And look at him. He's just milking it in, the Olympic gold medalist.
Incredible reaction here in Nashville, Tennessee at Slammiversary. But Kurt Angle has done it.
Oh, look at Joe. He's just ticked off. And now he's in the ring looking at Kurt Angle eye. It was Joe's night. He felt it the whole time, but Kurt Angle, these two, you think about the battles that they've had.
The stare down between Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. Almost as if Samoa Joe just has him in his sights at this point in anticipation of getting a shot at that goal.
And look at this. Samoa Joe holding out the hand. Will Kurt Angle accept it now that he's the champ? I mean, what sportsmanship from Samoa Joe? No, he won't. He gets him and then gives him the Olympic slam.
That's the exclamation point here at Slammiversary. Kurt Angle with the Olympic slam on the Samoan submission machine.
It doesn't matter that Joe was trying to give him the praise. He didn't care. Unreal. Joe just does it, and now look at this. Kurt Angle, world champion.
You're right. That's what we'll remember from Slammiversary.
It's Angle, Sting, 2. I mean, you can just feel the hair stand up on your arms. I mean, just thinking about the epic battle that they had and realizing that they're going to do it again. This time, though, Kurt Angle doesn't have the belt. As you see his wife unhappy with the way this whole situation's gone down, following behind. But Kurt Angle is going to have to take every distraction out of his mind, Mike, if he wants to take on the icon Sting, who is in it for personal reasons.
How closely does Angle associate himself with the TNA World's title? To the point that he refers to it as my championship. To the point that he will do anything, and I mean anything, to regain the power, prestige, and control. What an emotional night it was at Bound for Glory in Atlanta, Georgia, when Sting became the TNA World's Heavyweight Champion for a second time. While I'm sure that winning the title in his former hometown at TNA's signature event of the year was important, it was obvious by tonight's pre-match comments that Sting is motivated and driven by more than just that. The opportunity to once again avenge the physical abuse that Angle delivered to Sting's son Garrett on national TV has to be on Sting's mind. He said that every time he has the chance to put his hands on Angle, he flashes back to the helpless feeling he had when he was forced to watch from 3,000 miles away as Angle roughed up his son. Even Karen Angle told Kurt tonight, Sting, that's not a mad wrestler, that's a PO'd parent. To the six-sided ring and Jeremy Borash for the official introduction to the world title match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official, Mr. Rudy Charles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the combatant standing. To my right, he weighed in at 236 pounds. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, he is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist. This is the challenger, Kurt Angle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, weighing in at 245 pounds, from Venice Beach, California, he is the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World. This is the Icon, Sting.
Just like in Atlanta, Georgia at Bound for Glory, Don West, you can feel that tension, you can feel the goosebumps. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Sting Angle 2.
You know, normally it's the champion that's the hunted one. It's the champion that has the bullseye on his chest. But in Sting's mind, Kurt Angle's the hunted. Kurt Angle has that target because he put his hands on his family. And Sting just wants to do anything he can to exact that revenge that only a parent, that anger that only a parent can feel.
This is the match that main evented Bound for Glory. Our signature event, our biggest pay-per-view, and yes, our best pay-per-view of 2007. Ladies and gentlemen, this is total non-stop action. This is what separates us from everyone else. This is what TNA does best. Pay-per-view quality main event on Thursday Night Impact.
I mean, it is hard to believe that we're actually here again, this close to Bound for Glory, seeing Sting Angle in the rematch. That feeling when Sting won that title, that emotion that came through the crowd, Mike, it's something I'll never forget as long as I live.
No question. Emotional evening, electric evening as well in Atlanta, Georgia. The reaction of the fans, obviously, to Sting regaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And tonight, Sting looks to hold on to the gold. The championship belt on that he's worked so hard to get as Angle puts the shoulder into Sting and goes right away for the pin attempt.
Well, you can see right now they're feeling each other out. Just grabbing a hold and just seeing what the other one's got left over from Bound for Glory. One thing that I worry about with Sting is that he's made this too personal. Maybe he's a little too emotional about everything going on, whereas with Kurt Angle, it's obvious, it's all business.
Look at Sting explode off the ropes, puts the shoulder into Angle, and then neutralizes him, takes him back down to the mat, back to the basics with that side headlock takeover.
I mean, he just grabbed him around the head and flipped him over. As you can see, Kurt Angle looking on with a look of despair, a look of knowing what her husband's in for tonight with Sting.
Who better than the veteran Sting? Over 20 years, Don, in professional wrestling, who would know how to channel his emotions. You talked about Sting possibly getting too high for a matchup like this against Kurt Angle. Because of the personal feelings involved, I think if there's one individual on the TNA roster, Don, who can remain totally focused, it's somebody like Sting. He's been there on the big stage so many times in the past. So many high-pressure, high-profile matchups. Takes Angle down. Look at Sting off the ropes. The leapfrog by Angle, and then right back to the side headlock.
You know, Mike, you talked about the big stage. No stage was bigger than the biggest pay-per-view in TNA history, Bound for Glory. It started with Ultimate X, where LAX defeated Triple X in the most innovative match in TNA history. And then AJ Styles and Tomko. What a combination, winning the Tag Team Championship against Team Pac-Man.
And we will see those two teams square off next week on Thursday Night Impact. LAX versus AJ Styles and Tomko for the TNA World Tag Team titles. But also at Bound for Glory, who can ever forget Abyss winning the Monsters Ball match? And how about Gail Kim making history? First ever TNA Knockout Champion, and the night was crowned by Sting once again gaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship in his old stomping grounds of Atlanta, Georgia.
I mean, it was just an incredible night from top to bottom, but you couldn't top this. It was just that feel, realizing two of the greatest that has ever walked into a ring, fighting it out for the World Championship, with Sting coming out victorious, and now, less than 2 weeks later, we're witnessing it all again.
Did you ever think that you would see, in the opening minutes of this matchup, Sting out wrestling the Olympic gold medalist wrestler Kurt Angle? But that's exactly what we've seen here. Sting totally in control, and look at Angle out of nowhere. A couple of quick shots to the ribcage, and then he takes him high into the air and crashes him down with the backdrop suplex.
Well, maybe Sting was a little too methodical there for a bit, as Kurt Angle saw the window open just a crack, and he took him down and got the momentum, and now the crowd always fully on the side of Sting, trying to send a message to Kurt Angle, and then what an uppercut. What an uppercut.
European uppercut by Angle. Totally rocked Sting. You saw his head snap back as the back of his head made contact with the canvas. Look of confidence as the challenger quickly takes control of the match. Sets Sting up in the corner, measures him. First it's the big right hand, then repeated boots to the midsection. Shot after shot, just kicking him right in the gut, and now takes the boot and puts it right across the side of the face of Sting, and trying also at the same time to cut off his wind, putting that boot on the neck of the champ.
And you can see him grabbing onto those ropes too to get extra torque. You can just see it. His face is right now. Kurt Angle's doing everything that he wants. Another uppercut, but oh, look at Sting grab him in that spine buster. I thought he was teetering, but he was waiting, and he saw his moment, and he just creamed Kurt Angle.
You saw it like I did. Desperation move by Sting to take Angle down, power him down with that spine buster, but boy, it sure has paid off, because the complexion of this match once again switches to the champ. Sting in control now again. After the series of boots, Sting's gonna go for the suplex, and he just snaps it off. Elevates Angle over. Follow cover. Here's two only. Leg strength of Angle enables him to power out.
I mean, it's just fun watching the mind games that these two play. It looked to me like Kurt Angle totally in control, and now look at the turnaround. And Sting bringing the rights right down on the head as the crowd counts on 7, 8, 9, and 10. Sting right now in total control of this match. Wait a minute, here comes Kevin Nash. Things have just gotten worse for Kurt Angle.
Nash promised that he wanted to watch Sting kick Angle's butt. More of Sting versus Angle for the TNA World title on Thursday Night Impact. And we're back on Thursday Night Impact with the biggest matchup that we've ever had. The TNA World's Heavyweight Championship, Sting and Kurt Angle, and Angle belly to belly, overhead release, suplex leads to a 2 count.
Kurt Angle upset as Kevin Nash looking on with a concerned look.
This is what went down during the commercial break. For a split second, Sting lost his focus when he went to check on Kevin Nash, and that was the opening that Kurt Angle, the challenger, needed.
But did you notice what Kevin Nash did? When Sting went outside the ring, Kevin Nash made a point of getting up, walking away, and sending a message to Kurt Angle that he is not going to be there to help him.
Out of nowhere, Sting connects with a desperation DDT, spiking Angle down to the canvas as referee Rudy Charles puts in the count, and Kevin Nash looks on.
He's got a concerned look, and you wonder who's going to be the first one to get to their feet, as the count now is all the way to 8. But almost simultaneously, Angle and Sting, and then the clothesline, and another clothesline by Sting.
He's got that tunnel vision back again. He's got his focus. Running clothesline, takes Angle up and over the top and down to the floor at the feet of his wife, Karen.
Oh, and you can see the momentum switching as Kevin Nash again looks on, and you can see that he is in no way, shape, or form, Mike, coming to Kurt Angle's aid out here in the ring.
Now, Sting flings Angle chest first into the safety rail, right into that steel guardrail, and now face first into the steel steps.
I just creamed his face right into the steps, right into the ring post. But you can see right there the counter by Kurt Angle raking the ice, and then flings him right on Kevin Nash. Wow. You can see Sting right there just cold caught Kevin Nash, and now he comes right back at Kurt Angle.
You know, I can't blame Sting one bit. After that interference by Kevin Nash at Bound for Glory, it was almost like a defense mechanism. Sting just protecting himself, and he hits the Stinger Splash in the corner.
But in that case, Kevin Nash didn't do anything. He just landed on top of him. Nash didn't hit him at all. Oh, what a shot by Kurt Angle.
Suplex by Angle. Takes Sting overhead as Nash slowly makes his way up to his feet right here in front of us.
Well, you can see it's kind of smoldering there as he realizes the shot that Sting gave him right in the mouth, as Kurt Angle right now gets to his feet, and he's trying to get himself charged up to try to finish Sting right here.
Angle gonna go for the scoop. Attempt at a tombstone pile driver. Let's see if Sting can fight him off. And he does. Sting takes him up. Sting pile driver attempt, and it's countered. Reversed into that ankle lock by Angle.
Kurt Angle's got it cinched in as he's gonna try to make Sting tap Sting. What a counter. He just rolls it over and sends the boot into Angle to get him off of him.
Here comes the Olympic slam. No, Sting floats over. Double leg takedown. He's got the scorpion if he can step over. Step over and sit down with the submission hold.
And he's got him right in the middle of the ring. And he's got it cinched in. As you can see, Kurt Angle's fighting the pain.
He's on the verge of tapping out.
He's gonna tap right here. And you see Sting pointing at Nash. Don't you dare come in this ring. He's gonna end it. And now Nash gets up to the ring apron.
What the hell's this? What's Nash doing up here? Oh no! Big right hand by Sting rocks Nash.
In Sting's mind, it's the same thing in Bound for Glory, and then Kurt Angle rams, and look at this!
Here it is!
Olympic slam! He just nailed the Olympic slam!
The Olympic slam, the move that has won Kurt Angle so many matches and so many championships throughout his career, but the referee's knocked down. Calls for another ref. Earl Hebner in. No!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Kurt Angle!
Oh, this is BS!
This is disgusting! I cannot believe we're gonna see a title change with that crap that was pulled by Kevin Nash. Unbelievable! He came up to the ring apron where he didn't belong, and it cost Sting.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your Slammiversary main event. A King of the Mountain match for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge in the ring, Mark Slick Johnson. The man in charge of holding the belt outside of the ring is Andrew Thomas. And now, live from the Palace of Auburn Hills, it's time for your main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing to my right. He weighed in this morning at 215 pounds and comes to us from Gainesville, Georgia. He is not only the current TNA Legends Champion, not only the only TNA Grand Slam Champion, but tonight he celebrates 7 years as a TNA Original. This is the phenomenal AJ Styles. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 280 pounds and comes to us from the Isle of Samoa. He is the nation of violence, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. And now introducing, ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 230 pounds, 7 years ago, he founded TNA Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the corner to my left, adorning the Pittsburgh Penguins jersey and weighing in at 240 pounds from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, representing the main event mafia, this is Kurt Angle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, standing on the ladder, weighing in at 280 pounds from Long Island, New York. He is the current reigning and defending TNA Heavyweight Champion of the world, Mick Foley.
I can tell you that crowd reaction, it is an applause for Mick Foley. It's the response to Samoa Joe putting on the Detroit Red Wings jersey and attacking Kurt Angle and the Pittsburgh Penguins jersey.
I mean, the match hasn't even been started. The bell hasn't been rung. And you saw Samoa Joe. I told you Kurt Angle had to worry about it. I told you in that interview, Joe had one mission. That was to take out Kurt Angle. And look at this. They're trying to count him out. The referee, what are they doing here? What is this?
What? Slick Johnson and Andrew Thomas stopping this assault by Samoa Joe on Kurt Angle. And what are they doing?
We're going to try to figure out what the situation is. This might be Section 17, Rule 44.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Shut up
it
and
is
listen.
the referee's decision that because of Samoa Joe's actions, he will start this match inside the penalty box. And in addition, Kurt Angle is now eligible.
What?
That's exactly what I thought it might be, Mike. Good call.
Oh, you didn't have any idea.
Kurt Angle is now, listen, how great is that for Kurt Angle? He didn't even have to get a pin, but because he was the victim of the assault, they're calling that as a pin or a submission by being disqualified. I mean, by Joe doing that to him, Kurt Angle is now eligible to hang the balance.
And Samoa Joe starts the match in the penalty box for the first 2 minutes, and now AJ and Jarrett with the double team on Angle, and Angle with the kick for Jarrett, missed with the clothesline on Styles. AJ leapfrog over, drop down, and there's the drop kick, and pretty good drop kick for AJ, and I know he wasn't 100%, he had that ankle injury that we saw on Impact, but it looks like AJ's in pretty good shape bouncing back. Here comes Jarrett. Angle missed clothesline. AJ turns it around and Jarrett rocks Angle with the kick.
AJ Styles isn't going to sit there and struggle with that ankle. He's going to just block that pain out. We know how hurt it was. He's got it taped up, and I'll tell you something. He knows how important this is. But if you ask Samoa Joe if it was worth it, I guarantee you Samoa Joe will tell you it was worth every bit of it. And how about Mick Foley standing on that ladder, just staying out of the action, making sure that he doesn't get in there and get hurt.
World Heavyweight Champion, as if he's surveying the scene here and watching things go down to see who's going to be eligible next, while Styles and Jarrett are working over Angle, and it's actually pretty sound strategy by Foley if you think about it.
One thing about it, he won't get a pin or submission standing on the apron. Eventually, he's going to have to get himself in there, but great strategy. Let everybody else wear themselves out. You can see Jeff Jarrett just barking at him like he does instead of worrying about his own problems, and here comes Foley. There you are. What?
Jarrett drops down on top of him. Pin, and is he getting the 3 count? I can't see on the far side of the ring as Joe comes out of the penalty box.
It looked like Mick Foley was trying to get pinned.
I thought so too. Foley's telling the referee that he counted 3.
Bad fall for AJ over there. I don't know if you saw that on the other, but Mick Foley, look at this. This guy's good. This guy's
Jeff Jarrett is now eligible. Mick Foley goes to the penalty box.
Mike,
Jarrett is eligible.
Yes. Jeff Jarrett got the pin, and look at this. Mick Foley going for a little Rooney, I guess. I mean, the guy's nuts. I can't figure out his game plan. He wants to stay out of it, so he figures he can do it in the penalty box.
I guess it's a calculated bet on his part that he thinks the match isn't going to end while he's in the box. I think he's also convinced that Jeff Jarrett doesn't want to win this match. That's what we heard it. What a kick by Joe on Jarrett.
I guess he figures Jeff won't do it, but the bottom line is he gave Jeff Jarrett a free ticket. Jeff Jarrett's eligible. And we know Kurt Angle's eligible because of the disqualification that they gave on Joe earlier. Kind of a referee making the decision there because it's nothing we've ever seen before.
Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, the first 2 eligible to hang the championship belt and become world champion, and AJ slides through right into Angle, and Kurt goes directly right into the steel.
Wow, unbelievable by AJ Styles. Just an incredible drop kick as he just sent him right into that rail as Joe and Jeff now fighting it out in the ring as Mick Foley again making sure he's not getting out there. He's saying we're cool. You hear that? He said, Daddy, we're cool. He knows what he's doing.
Here goes Joe on top of Jarrett, and no, Jarrett able to get that shoulder roll. What is he saying to you?
He's saying this is my plan, man. It's kind of like a Charlie Manson strategy or something. I don't know what he's doing. But I'll tell you, he's just saying, hey, I'm cool, we're good. 2 minutes in here. Little Rooney. What he's saying. Tell him like a fox, I guess.
Yeah, the old Rooney for 2 minutes for the World Heavyweight Champion Mick Foley. Meanwhile, Angle and AJ battling, and Samoa Joe and Jarrett in the ring at the same time.
Samoa Joe, though, what a way to start this thing off. I mean, that anger, that hatred for Kurt Angle, he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait, and he started it off, and all it did was cost him. And now we got Mick Foley back eligible here as we're trying to get this thing straight. Look at that clothesline as he sends Kurt Angle out again. Every chance he gets, he takes a shot at Angle. Now let's watch Mick Foley and see if he takes it serious at this point.
Here comes the champ right at Joe, and Joe's ready for him, and then a discus forearm shot, another one as he spins around and decks the champion, and Foley's down.
I mean, it's obvious everybody has their own strategy. I mean, everybody's thought about what they're going to do and how they're going to do it.
Rear naked choke. There's that choke, that Coquina clutch.
Tell you what, I guarantee you Joe's putting everything he's got into it.
Submission hold applied here. Is Foley going to tap?
Foley kind of reaching out.
That would make Samoa Joe eligible to hang the belt and put Foley in the box if he does.
He's choking him out. He's choking him out. It's right here in front of us. You've got Kurt, AJ, and Jeff Jarrett all going at it right here in front of the table.
And a quick reversal sends Jarrett over the guardrail and into the crowd. And then Angle caught AJ with a punch.
I think what happened is Mick Foley's out. He choked him out.
Samoa Joe is now eligible. Mick Foley to the penalty box.
Choked him out, and now Samoa Joe's eligible.
That rear naked choke does the trick for Joe. Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Samoa Joe, 3 out of the 5 are eligible to hang the belt and become World Heavyweight Champion. But first there's that. What a ladder shot that was by Joe to Angle. And one for Jarrett.
Jarrett just went flying over the rail, and look at Samoa Joe. This guy's on a mission. As him and AJ Styles, whatever plan they had seems to be doing well. Working as they're doing everything they can. This time, I'll tell you what. The first time Mick Foley wanted to go there, this time Mick Foley doesn't even know who he is.
Wow, he goes into the penalty box, and he's down, sprawled out.
We got to show that.
Dazed.
Look at Mick Foley. Look at him. He is just absolutely choked out, trying to get his breath. You wonder if there's some brain damage. course, that might have happened before this matchup, but
how could you tell? There goes Jarrett into the corner, courtesy of Samoa Joe, and he's going to bring Angle out to the middle of the ring, and the suplexes him back first onto the ladder.
Oh my God, Samoa Joe's just on a mission. He brought the whole nation of violence tonight. As you can see, though, Jeff Jarrett sees an opportunity, takes a shot on Joe. AJ Styles, I can see him on the air side of the ring just waiting his opportunity. But now, who we got eligible, Mike? We got Joe, Kurt, and Jeff, right?
To this point, 3 of the 5. Those are the 3. The reversal sends Jarrett back first into the ladder with impact.
As I'm looking right here at Mick Foley, the world champion, and I mean, this guy's lights out right now. He's trying to get himself, I think, look at him. He just, I tell you what, be careful what you wish for. He wanted to rest this thing out to the right moment. Well, Joe gave him a rough ride there.
Foley in the penalty box for another 20 seconds. Title belt is handed in to Joe. Yes, he's eligible. Ladder going to be put in place, and let's see if Joe can hang the belt and become world champion. As Jarrett tries to pick up the belt, Joe cuts him off. Here goes Samoa Joe up the ladder, and Mick Foley is out of the penalty box.
Look at Mick Foley, though, barely on his feet. As Samoa Joe might have an easy ride. Jeff Jarrett still hurt from the shots he took. Mick Foley just wobbly, as you can see. Joe looking up to see if he's got the ladder placed, and now.
Oh! Did you see what Foley just did?
I tell you what, Joe landed on the bottom of that ladder. I don't know if that's possible to see that. You got to see how Joe lands. What a shot!
And the ladder has just been smashed.
It's mangled.
Mangled as Mick Foley came running right at the ladder with Samoa Joe way up on top.
I mean, this was brutal. Here it is. Look at this. Now watch Joe land. See how he lands on the legs of the ladder? What a wicked shot there. That's how you take out the nation of violence.
Back first onto that ladder as he crashed down to the canvas.
Mick Foley, though, finally finds himself in a place of power. The only thing is he doesn't have a pin yet. He hasn't made anybody submit, so he's not eligible. Neither is AJ Styles. For some reason, you just felt like AJ'd be eligible by now. Maybe it is that ankle.
Styles and Foley square off, and AJ gets tossed out of the apron by the champion. Foley picks up Joe and now sends him across it back first into the ladder.
Samoa Joe getting some of his own medicine as Mick Foley taking it out on the guy that choked him out earlier. Look at him running right at him, and Joe, holy cow, just hip tosses him right into the ladder. Joe's impressive tonight.
Joe thinking on the fly right there as Foley came at him. You're right, Don, hip toss, and Foley crashes into the ladder as Jarrett going to pull it out. Yes, he's eligible to hang the belt.
I don't think that ladder's going to hold anybody at this point. You can see Jeff's going to try it, but he's trying to see if it's sturdy, but it's not. After Joe landed on it, it absolutely just twisted it. But look at it. What's he going to do? The King of the Mountain decides he's going to...
Oh, take it and throw it right at Angle out on the floor.
Good use of a weapon. I'll give him credit. I was wondering where Kurt Angle was. We couldn't see him on that side. Well, Jeff Jarrett showed us, and now he's going out and bringing this one in. Keep in mind, only Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, and Samoa Joe are able to hang the belt at this point.
And Jarrett slides the ladder under the bottom rope, sets it up in the middle of the ring. He's got possession of the belt, and here goes the TNA founder. Here goes the King of the Mountain on the verge of winning his namesake match.
Let everybody get to their feet. Low blow, but you know what? It's just survival, Mike. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's okay. Angle with the low blow, turns the tide, goes for the clothesline on Foley there.
Just stomping him out. Kurt Angle, again, the first man that was legal. They gave that to him on the disqualification on Joe. So even though he hadn't had a pin or submission, folks, think about it. Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, and Samoa Joe are legal.
Well, first time I can ever remember anything like that happening in a King of the Mountain match. It's a decision that a referee has to make on the fly. Styles takes Angle and sends him right into the ladder, but Kurt puts on the brakes and stops, and then Angle, wow, look at that, went for the suplex. AJ lands on his feet.
Only AJ Styles can do that. Now he uses the ladder for all, but Kurt able to send it back into the ladder. Those maybe the two greatest in the world today, and you saw Kurt Angle just put it right back. Uh-oh, here it is, look out.
Jarrett's got the guitar, and as Angle turns around, oh, he catches Jeff with the boot.
Jeff looking for that kill shot. Kurt Angle too smart for it. Just let him set himself up. You can see Jeff fighting back. It's, again, both these guys legal.
Jarrett and Angle exchange, went for the double arm DDT, rolled through instead, and Angle goes right into the ankle lock. There's the submission hold.
Bad spot to be in for the King of the Mountain.
If he taps out, he's got to go. Oh, he's got the guitar. Uses the free leg to kick Angle away, and then cracks him right over the head.
Wow. Kurt wearing that one like a hat. Jeff Jarrett's got an distinct advantage, as you can see. Look at that. Kurt Angle's head just wrapped in that guitar. And now Jeff Jarrett trying to set the ladder up, get it placed right. Think about it, this will be his third time at being the King of the Mountain.
Now, who's going to stop Jarrett right now? Angle's out after that guitar shot. Foley slowly making his way up. AJ as well, and here goes Jarrett up the ladder, and Foley's almost there with him. Foley going to try and catch up on the opposite side.
Sometimes it's all about timing. You just want to let somebody get up there so you can do more damage. Look at this. Mick's saying, here, give me the bell. Like, he still thinks Jeff's going to work with him? Well, I guess that's out the window.
They exchange up at the top of the ladder, and AJ goes flying with a kick.
Wow. How about
kick
that?
The ladder.
I'll tell you what, AJ Styles springboarding off that, and I mean kicks both of the guys. Unbelievable how he's able to target that. But it looks like AJ hurt himself in the process, holding the back of his...
And
holding the lower part of his back.
Jarrett and Foley with that bad landing off the ladder as well. And now Styles going to square off with Foley. Samoa Joe, Jeff Jarrett. Angle, of course, knocked out with that guitar shot by Jarrett.
AJ Styles going after. Look at Foley, though. Nice headbutt as he sends AJ. Now, keep in mind, Foley, AJ, neither one of them are legal at this point. Samoa Joe. What in the world?
With the world heavyweight champion doing. Foley up on top of the King of the Mountain cage.
They can prevent somebody from winning it, but they can't win. Oh, AJ, I can see him just scrunching in pain as he makes his way up there. Oh, man, this is crazy.
High above us here at the broadcast table, Foley and Styles fighting up on top of the penalty cage.
Oh, no, look at this. He's going to try to suplex AJ. AJ fighting it off.
He takes him up into the air a second time, and Styles fights him up. Look at AJ's foot. It's almost coming out. Look out. Whoa.
Unbelievable that he's even still holding on. He's headbutting Mick Foley.
Think of the back.
No. Don't you dare. No. Holy cow. Oh, man. Foley just sent him flying in the back. I thought we were going to be toast here for a minute. AJ Styles, I don't know how long his back can take it. Look at it. What a shot by Foley.
Styles is down after that tremendous fall. Samoa Joe, Jeff Jarrett square off, and Joe's got the choke locked in on Jarrett, who drops down, and the perfect counter by Jarrett. His head hitting the jaw of Joe and stroking right into the ladder.
Got to give Jarrett credit for that as he was able to counter it, but here comes Kurt.
Angle recovers. Angle slam.
There's an angle slam. Here we go. 1, 2. No, he's trying to put Jarrett back in the belly button. Look at the elbow. Oh, man.
Foley.
He
elbow waited from the top of the cage.
2. Got him. Kurt's got to go in the penalty box.
And Foley is eligible.
Kurt Angle to the penalty box.
You know, this guy's crazy as a fox. We sit there and we try to figure him out.
The sock is about ready to come into play. The world heavyweight champion, Mick Foley, has it. Angle being rolled out, headed to the penalty cage. Everybody but AJ eligible to hang the belt.
Good things come to those who wait, and Mick Foley just waited his time. AJ, look at this. AJ Styles just came over and grabbed his Legends belt.
AJ
right off the desk.
Yeah, takes the Legends belt off the broadcast table, while Foley's got the belt that you have to hang, the official belt, the world heavyweight champion.
Oh, AJ just rams that belt into the back. It's all that AJ can do.
Desperation move by Styles, but
What
it
a
pays
kick!
off, and then he kicks Mick Foley off the ladder.
AJ Styles, I mean, the guy, he took 2 wicked shots on his back, and look at him. He's still standing, but he needs to get legal. He needs to get a pin. Now,
boy, if you can see Kurt Angle in the penalty box, he's just absolutely laid out in the penalty box as the countdown clock is counting down the 2 minutes of Angle in the box, and he's just laid out.
well, he was flattened by 300 pounds of Foley off of the penalty box.
Pele kick by Styles on Foley.
You can see Foley flopping out, trying to stay on his feet.
Did you see Samoa Joe and AJ? We've talked about this unity, how they've worked together. Here comes AJ. Joe, Joe elevates him over the top onto Foley.
The two of them working so well together as AJ Styles still not legal. Keep that in mind, but one thing about it, they took out Foley, but now you better watch out, Joe. Jeff Jarrett's behind you with the ladder.
Pin on the floor.
AJ Styles eligible, Mick Foley to the penalty box.
I'm not sure we caught that.
Pins count anywhere.
AJ Styles now eligible as he just pinned Mick Foley out on the arena floor.
Mick Foley's got to go to the penalty box. How much time's left for Kurt Angle? He's barely to his feet. Will he be able to get in there in time as Jeff Jarrett now has his opportunity? Can he hang the belt?
Kurt Angle out of the penalty box. And here goes Jarrett. Jarrett takes the TNA World Heavyweight title. And he's going to head up the ladder and try and hang it.
He's snapping it together so that he can put it on there real quick. That's smart strategy. Look at AJ. Look at AJ, who's now legal. Think about it. AJ Styles now legal. As you see Jeff trying, hanging on. Here comes Kurt. You can see AJ and Jeff fighting. Kurt's got a leg. As Jeff kicks him off, Kurt grabs the leg again.
Oh, they fight for the belt, and the belt drops from the top. Jarrett comes off the top of the ladder onto Angle, who drives him down.
What a move, but look at this. The only problem is AJ's there in position, but
he doesn't have the title belt in his hand.
The belt fell as they were both grappling for it. As they're both trying to get position. Now you got Kurt bowed up in the ring. You got Jeff out. AJ Scott.
You got Foley in the penalty box.
Mick Foley's just hoping the time will give him a chance. Will his strategy pay off?
1 minute left in the penalty box, 1 minute.
And now Samoa Joe, what an opportunity now. Will he take the opportunity? Will he let AJ take it? Or will he go back at Kurt Angle? And now you can see the two of them kind of slugging it out. That shows you what the title means.
Exchange by Styles and Samoa Joe, and boy, this really is just a battle of attrition at this point, isn't it, as they continue to fight through, and Joe getting the better of it. Here comes Joe off the ropes, and AJ catches him with a great drop kick.
These two guys know each other so
left in
well.
the penalty box, 30 seconds.
They know what the other one's going to do. AJ Styles set him up for the drop kick. Joe, you can see everybody's just put everything out there. They're just wore out. Somebody's got to climb that ladder.
Left.
Oh, they have laid it on the line here at King of the Mountain at Slammiversary in Detroit.
9, 8, 7,
World Heavyweight
6,
Champion just
5,
5 seconds away
4,
from getting back in the match.
3, 2, 1.
Here comes Mick Foley. You wonder what kind of condition he's in. Does he have enough? As AJ, this time AJ's got the belt in his hand. Foley, though, slides in. Oh, look at everybody. AJ looks like he's got blood coming out of his nose. He does. Oh, what a shot by Foley.
Foley stops him as AJ was headed up the ladder with the championship belt. Now Foley's got possession of the title. Joe making his way slowly up to his feet, and AJ gets decked, gets dropped by Foley, who used the title belt as a weapon. Joe just caught Foley.
What a kick by Joe as he kicked the belt right back into Foley's face. So you got Foley down, you got AJ down, Jeff Jarrett making his way over around the corner. Look at him go after Foley. He wants an extra shot at him. Oh, now look at this.
The power struggle between Jarrett and Foley. We see them battling outside here on the floor, and Foley momentarily getting the better of it. He's got Jarrett choked, and Samoa Joe's got the title belt. Samoa Joe's going up the ladder.
Samoa Joe can do it. Samoa Joe going to become the champion for the second time.
He's got the opening. Here goes Joe up the ladder. And AJ's got him right around the boot, right around the ankle.
You can see what it means to AJ. I don't think he would care if Joe won it, but it really means so much to him as he's fighting Joe. Joe trying to hang on, and he can't.
And Styles able to pull Samoa Joe down from the ladder, and the title belt ends up around the neck of AJ, and he's going to use that opening to climb. Here goes Styles up the ladder.
He's trying to climb fast, but Joe's got a hold of him. Look at this, Joe pulling him back. And a kick to the gut of Jeff Jarrett. Both these guys just doing whatever they can. As Joe's got the high ground, and look at him. He's got AJ.
Joe with the forearm shots for Styles. Tries to shoot him off, but reversed, and oh, there goes Joe directly through the ropes, courtesy of Styles, right on to Jarrett and Foley.
How about that shot? As you can see how hurt he is.
I think Joe hurt his ankle outside.
Absolutely. Look at AJ.
Attempted the angle slam, instead rolled through. Styles clash. Styles clash.
hit it.
Now it's AJ's time. Go, AJ, get the belt. Styles clash on Angle, takes him out. AJ looks around, makes eye contact.
Keep in mind, Joe's hurt.
Joe's hurt. Joe hurt his ankle.
Well, look at this. Here comes Joe in. It's AJ. Look at this. Joe's got it.
Oh, he just powerbombed him off the ladder.
Look at, he's not limping. His ankle was, his leg wasn't hurt. Look at Samoa Joe. And he's got him again, and he sends him down. He's got the belt. Joe. And
Joe
look at
going
this.
up the ladder. Angle follows him up.
He's gonna, what? He just handed the belt to Kurt Angle. What the hell? Kurt Angle.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and new TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, Kurt Angle.
Think about it,
You gotta be kidding me.
Think about it. At the beginning, Joe got himself disqualified. That made sure that Kurt was eligible from the beginning, so nothing could go wrong. They were in it the whole time.
Kurt Angle has become TNA World Heavyweight Champion tonight at Slammiversary. Thanks to one man, Samoa Joe, and there you see the main event Mafia out to celebrate. Isn't it ironic that as we celebrate our 7th anniversary, Samoa Joe stabs the originals in the back. He joins the main event Mafia.
Happy anniversary, everybody!
When you have the focus, when you have the drive of the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, when he says, I won't lose this World Heavyweight title matchup tonight against Sting, I just can't doubt Kurt.
Oh, it's very hard to doubt Kurt Angle. I mean, I know this man extremely well. When he wants to get something done from a physical standpoint as a competitor, 99.999% of the times he gets it done. So, see what happens here. This is big.
While the champion admits that there's something exhilarating about being insane, he also will tell you that that World Heavyweight title belt that he holds on his way to the ring, it is his lifeblood.
I've asked before, and I'll ask it again. I mean, is Sting crazy, or is he crazy like a fox? That's what I'm wondering. That's just me. I don't know. But all I know is that man across the ring in the red, white, and blue, in Kurt Angle, he wants to win this match and become world champion. He don't care what the champion's motives are. He don't care if he's doing it for the rightful owner of Dixie Carter. He don't care about that. Kurt wants to be the best. He wants to win the title. And I'll tell you what, I'm starting to think I like Kurt's chances in this.
Who better to set the stage for our Hardcore Justice World title main event than Jeremy Borash? Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your Hardcore Justice main event of the evening. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA official, Mr. Brian Hebner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Universal Studios, Orlando, Florida, Direct Auto Insurance proudly brings to you your Hardcore Justice main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my left. He weighed in this morning at 234 pounds and comes to us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist and the #1 contender for the heavyweight championship of the world, Kurt Angle.
And now, introducing, standing in the corner to my right, he weighed in this morning at 258 pounds and comes to us from Venice Beach, California. He is the current reigning and defending heavyweight champion of the world, the Icon, Sting.
Well, while we have seen these two battle in the past, everything from title matches to empty arena bouts, I have to admit I'm so intrigued by seeing this world title match because of Kurt Angle's obsession to become world heavyweight champion and the unpredictability of that defending title holder Sting. And here we go.
That's the thing. I mean, the world champion Sting, he's really got to be careful because he kind of snaps, does something weird, or gets a little crazy in there. Someone like Kurt Angle can attack and capitalize on a miscue by Sting, and we can crown a new champ that quick. Kurt has the physical capability to pull that off. And a point of the elbow, man, right into the elbow. This is what you don't want to do if you're Sting. You don't want to get into a wrestling match.
I was thinking,
with Kurt.
Is it really a great strategy to try to out-wrestle Kurt Angle? And that's a decision that Sting has to make when it comes to the game plan.
Well, this is definitely not Sting's first barbecue. We know that. So, you know, I mean, as crazy as he is, I mean, he knows what he's doing in there. A lot of years of success. Nice headlock takedown by the challenger. See Kurt's all body weight right on the side of the cheek and face of Sting.
Doesn't miss a trick, does he?
No, that's how you do it, man. That's it. All about leveraging your body on the other guy's head and arm or wherever you're holding him.
Again, the crowd divided here in the Impact Zone for champion and challenger in this Hardcore Justice main event title showdown.
Now Kurt Angle keeps that one knee down to keep his balance right as he comes back up. Sting just running right through Angle there. Nice quick hip toss. See that arm drag right there, controlling Sting's body. Look at the knee, the right knee of Kurt, placed right in the side of the face and head of Sting. Sting trying to move his face out of the way. You don't want the guy to control you that way.
And while Kurt Angle has control at this point, he's already thinking several moves ahead, isn't he?
Oh, he's damn right. Definitely. That's an awesome point by you, Mike. I mean, that hammerlock was probably in his mind as he had that armbar on, because that's what great wrestlers do. You have to think several holds ahead.
Sting able to back Angle up into the corner. Caught him unaware with the elbow. Reels off a series of rights and then sends Angle chest first to the corner and then takes out the knee.
I don't know if it was the back of the knee. I couldn't really tell, Michael. Back of the hamstring of Kurt.
It almost looked like Kurt favoring the hamstring, putting his hand down there and getting.
There it is, hamstring, man. He's trying to mount up that hamstring. That's what he's doing.
And why wouldn't you if you're going to use the Scorpion Deadlock?
Yeah, absolutely. And then also, what that does, if you could chop and rip apart a hamstring on Kurt Angle, it's going to completely eliminate the suplex arsenal that Kurt can put on you, because he cannot back arch into those throws.
Wow. Elbow catches Sting right in the face as he came off the ropes. Physical nature of the Olympic gold medalist on display here.
Kurt keeps grabbing at that left hamstring. That thing could be knotted up pretty good. I know Kurt stretches a lot before a match. That definitely would help, but when the guy the size of Sting, oh my God, that's not gonna help the hamstring.
We've heard Kurt Angle talk in recent weeks about preparation to go back to the Olympics. And we see a Kurt Angle who's dropped, I think he said something in the neighborhood of like 15, 20 pounds.
I didn't think he even needed to do that, but he did. He wants to get in his wrestling weight.
Makes for certainly a quicker Kurt Angle. And I think Sting has had an awfully good game plan to this point to counteract so much of Angle's potential offense.
And the world champion Sting right here. He's got complete control of this match. And you're seeing the violent side of Sting. Right there, breaking the count so the referee doesn't count him out.
And nobody has been more committed than Sting when it comes to holding on to that lifeblood that is the World Heavyweight title. And you can see that Sting's in incredible condition as well.
Yep, absolutely.
And both men preparing and knowing that this match tonight here at Hardcore Justice was going to be so important to the future of this entire organization.
And even though there's that respect amongst these men, oh, nice.
Watch this follow-away slam by Angle. Now, I'm not sure whether he had that in mind or whether the leg may have gone out on it.
He's slapping at his hamstring again. He snatched in that fireman carry real quick into that back Samoan drop, but I don't know how much that might have affected Kurt's left hamstring. Gotta keep an eye on that. It was enough to drop Sting. This is where you don't want to deal with Kurt dissecting you while you're on the mat, especially while you're on bottom.
Chinlock applied by the challenger.
Kurt's got all his body weight, his buttocks, right in the lower back of Sting. And that really takes the wind out of you. You can't explain it to people, man, how much that bothers you when it's later in the match and you're starting to suck some wind and the guy's hanging all over you and he's putting his weight on you. It really sucks.
It was imperative for Sting to get back up to his feet, and that's exactly what he did.
Oh, God.
After Sting caught Angle with elbows,
oh, man.
Kurt had that knee that just, man, talk about taking the wind right away from the champ, right into the midsection with the knee.
Took Sting right off his feet, jacked him up.
Backbreaker, drops him across the knee and right into the pin.
Attacking the rib cage. Went for that hard knee in the belly. Now you see the knee, the right knee of Kurt placed in the rib cage area, the back of the rib cage.
Yeah, chinlock again, but a little different variation because of the placement of Angle's legs and knees.
Yeah, there it is right there, great shot. And looks like Kurt might have a attack the midsection in mind type deal going on here.
It's just so interesting to see the strategy between these two, because every time that Angle tries to turn it into a wrestling match and tries to out-mat wrestle Sting, Sting comes back with a quick flurry of offense.
Oh, he has to. That's smart by Sting. He has to do that. Look at that. Oh, explosiveness. Fired right out of that corner. I don't know if Kurt even know what the hell hit him.
You saw a great camera shot of the close-up of the face of Kurt Angle as his eyes rolled into the back of his head after his head made contact with the canvas after that big clothesline out of the corner by the champion.
Both men down. Both men down. Referee Brian having a counting. See who gets standing up first.
6, 7.
Watch Angle. Oh, thought he was going to measure and maybe go for a suplex, but Sting was prepared.
Look at Sting's like hit a second win here. Shifted it in fourth gear. Boom!
Wow.
Right on that surgically repaired neck.
DDT, pin, and
that DDT really contorts your neck and your spinal column. So I was really ugly by Sting with that DDT.
So many of the moves of
wait a minute.
both men have been so well thought out as Angle goes to his specialty, suplex, pin, 2 count.
Over the head, belly suplex by Angle. Look at Angle stalking. Angle slam here. Oh, counter.
Sting saw it coming and able to catch him in the lower back with an elbow and then drops him down. This could do it right here. Sting pin, 2. Ooh.
Sting had a look in his eyes like, what the hell do I got to do to beat this man?
We talked earlier about Sting going for the Scorpion because weakening the hamstring of Angle. I thought that's what he was preparing to do. Angle saw that, sends him to the ropes, and now we're going to go for the multiple German suplexes. We're at 2 and counting.
Tough to break that grip, and as you can see, the grip is sucked in by Kurt. That's a third. It's a hat trick right there.
This could be it. Gonna roll Sting over, gonna go lateral. Press, 2. Well, you're right. Every time he hits one of those suplexes, you also see how Angle cinches up the grip right across the midsection and takes out the air and takes the wind away from the champion.
And then when your body hits the mat, it knocks the hell out of you.
But also blow when you hit that canvas.
But also doing all those throws takes something out of you too. But Kurt Angle right now,
not afraid to go
look
high
at this.
risk.
Look at this.
And zero reward for the Olympic gold medalist who goes for the top rope moonsault.
Kurt Angle throwing caution to the wind. Took a shot, high risk. He missed.
Sting slides in. How about that?
Huge Angle slam.
Yeah, out of Angle's playbook and leads to 2. Did he get him? Boy, it couldn't be any closer.
Good God, that was close. Didn't expect to see that Angle slam out of Sting now.
Scorpion, here it is. How effective has Sting's offense been to this point? The weakening of the leg and the hamstring of Angle leads to the Scorpion deathlock, a move that has gained Sting through the years. Hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of victories.
Kurt's caught in the middle of the ring. Mike has got to try and get to a rope to break this hold. Oh my God, the pain that Kurt is in.
Oh, is he going to tap here? You can see that he's fighting through that pain. It's excruciating. And he's still got a long way to go to catch the rope.
Look at Kurt fight his ass off to get there, and he does.
That's that drive, and that's that determination.
Takes a lot out of you, though.
Stinger splash, time upcoming.
Oh, God.
Great close-up shot again.
It's over 240 pounds, just nailing you. You don't know what's coming.
Angle saw him coming that time. Boom. There it is. Angle slam and cover. Here's 2.
A lot of near falls in this match. We almost crowned a new world champion right there.
Champion and challenger regroup.
Kurt struggling to get to a vertical base.
Both men using the ring ropes to get to their feet. That's how physical this has been. Quickness of Sting, avoiding Angle, who went right into the corner. Not sure, did his shoulder go all the way to the post?
It looked like it might have. Whoa, look at this!
Oh my God, Sting with Angle's own ankle lock submission. First he tried to beat him with the Angle slam, and now it's the submission hold applied of the ankle lock. And again, Kurt's in no man's land when it comes to getting a rope break. Might have to go to another strategy to try and break this. You can see that he's thinking of tapping also.
Got to try to roll through it. That's exactly it.
Free leg. And then the quick double leg. That'll turn about fair play, right?
Oh, he's got that thing overhooked, that Scorpion leg lock. Both men, he's grabbing on his own ankle. Look at Kurt's in pain.
Sure. After being in the ankle lock. Is he able to apply that Scorpion with really all of the pressure because he's got to favor the ankle?
Oh my God, he's got that cinched in, but yeah, exactly. Can Kurt get all of the force in it? Where he keeps grabbing at his own ankle.
Sting crawling closer and closer and extends the hand to get the rope break.
True physical battle here. Both men taking pages out of each other's playbook. Ooh. Again to the lower back. He had that Scorpion leg lock on, which doesn't only affect the legs, but it does greatly affect your spine, your lower back, and all the muscles in your back. Hence why Angle is attacking the lower back.
Series of those double sledge-like moves to the lower back.
Wow.
And then goes back to the grip again. It's going to go back to the multiple Germans. Suplex 1.
Just an animal. It's so hard to do what he's doing at this late
deep
in the
into the match, especially.
From a conditioning standpoint, it's so difficult. Got blasted right there. That elbow was on point.
And how about Sting taking Angle?
Oh, lost him. Wait a minute.
It was Kurt who dropped down, and Kurt who applies the ankle lock.
Sting's in trouble. Sting's in trouble here.
Again, ring positioning for Kurt is pretty damn good. Out towards the center.
He'll rip that damn ankle off. Sting might want to tap, but if he taps, he loses the world title.
That's his lifeblood. As Brian Hebner, the referee, is right there. Perfect positioning to see if Sting is either going to tap or verbally submit.
Not just his ankle, Sting's knee.
Oh, Sting able to roll through. Ankle, shoulders down.
Wow.
Another amazing 2.9, 2 9/10, almost to win.
I thought that was the end of the party right there. Oh, the ref! Oh my God!
Angle went for that enziguri kick. He caught Sting on the side of the head, but then he nailed Hebner flush.
Yeah, no way Hebner's getting up. We're gonna have to get another ref out here or something. So world title match. Hebner just got cracked. Both men are down.
All three men down.
All three men are down, exactly.
And the crowd here at the Impact Zone rises to their feet as Immortals Hulk Hogan, with a steel chair in hand, is coming down to the ringside area. And more than the area, Hogan's headed right into the ring.
Well, Hogan has a disdain for both of these men.
Hogan lining up, Sting, steel chair in hand.
Oh, watch. Wait.
And Angle takes the chair right out of Hogan's hands. Angle has said repeatedly, he does not want any interference. Oh, the hell?
What was that?
Kurt Angle just used the steel chair across the back of Sting and then connects with the Angle slam. Angle covers, gets two, and gets three. And my God, Kurt Angle has won the title.
The winner of the match, and new heavyweight champion of the world, Kurt Angle.
I think everybody is shocked at what just happened here, including Hulk Hogan.
Think of what we've just seen. For weeks, Kurt Angle has said, I want one thing and I want one thing only. I want a clean victory. I want no outside interference. I want to pin Sting and win that world title. Hogan introduces the chair. Angle uses it as a weapon. And Kurt Angle is the new world heavyweight champion.
Kurt guaranteed victory, and he did it. We crowned a new world heavyweight champion in Kurt Angle. Cool backstage look right there. You don't see that normally with Kurt Angle's entrance. Very cool to bring everybody, including us, backstage.
You get an opportunity to see Kurt Angle
Very
as he
cool.
makes his way through the Wembley Arena for this main event.
Hey, I've been on the other side of that guy in a ring more than once. Not a night off. I'm telling you from experience. Ain't anybody, and I said ain't, more legit than the 13-time World Heavyweight Champion, the Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle.
So from locker room to arena.
That was cool. That was cool, man. I'm telling you.
You can't help but get goosebumps. And here we go. Kurt Angle, the TNA Hall of Famer, the first ever TNA World Champion. His 5 reigns, the most in company history. The only man walking this or any other planet that has held the TNA, WWE, World Heavyweight, IWGP, and WCW World title. Kurt Angle embodies wrestling.
Well, you laid it out perfectly there, my man. No doubt about it. Good job by you. And I'll tell you this right now. Look, all the accolades, all the world titles, all earned the hard way. This guy works his rear end off. I've been in the gym with this guy over the years. You can't keep up with Kurt Angle. He's a cyborg. There you see the world heavyweight champion, Lashley, carries that big, beautiful gold championship over his massive body. This is a guy who could just basically tear you limb from limb from his history in MMA, as an amateur wrestler, as a pro wrestler. How do you stop this guy?
Same but different type of intensity with the same walk from Kurt Angle that you see now for the TNA World Heavyweight Champion Lashley.
Really give you a nice behind-the-scenes feel of what it's like. Very cool. I don't think you see this much with pro wrestling on television today. And it's very cool to bring fans behind the scenes to see what it's really like. Because this is legit. This is how it is. There's nobody around him. No one's saying, hey, go out and do this, do that. This is the real deal you're looking at, folks. I promise. Good to If you're not ready at this point, you don't belong at this level. You don't need nobody in your ear before you walk through a curtain. This champ.
Lashley has been world champion for 72 straight days. Since winning the title on January the 7th, Lashley has faced all challengers. Lashley has walked alone. And this, his second title reign, has been absolutely phenomenal.
Man, you want to talk big fight feel? Good gosh, this is it. First time ever, Kurt Angle versus Lashley, World Heavyweight title, Wembley Arena, not too shabby. Look at the size of the champ, Josh. Freak-like.
And just let your inner dialogue take over. Nobody can tell the story better than you can as we get ready for Angle versus Lashley.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is your main event for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, standing to my right, weighing in at 234 pounds from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle. And now, introducing, standing to my left, weighing in at 278 pounds from Denver, Colorado. He is the TNA Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Destroyer, Lashley.
Lashley has a 44-pound weight advantage over Kurt Angle. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a commercial break. When we return, Angle, Lashley, first time ever. We welcome you back to Impact Wrestling. This is our main event. Kurt Angle, the challenger. Lashley, the champion. The first time these two have ever met, and it's for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. It happens right now.
All the years I've known both these guys, it never dawned on me until recently here that they've never faced each other. Look at that nice drop step into a single leg, but not able to get Angle down. Kurt scoots behind. See the wrist control right there by Lashley. Breaks free, and the power and the quickness, man. See that athleticism by the champ.
Kurt Angle off his feet for the first time in this matchup. Both of these men, incredible amateur backgrounds before getting into professional wrestling. Kurt Angle, of course, well documented, the 1996 Olympic gold medalist. Lashley got into MMA, has a 12-2 mixed martial arts record. Takedown, cover, and Angle pops free at one.
See Lashley again shot for that leg that's heavily braced and got it, and then swept the other leg. He's breaking free those waist locks by Kurt, which is very hard to do. Kurt Angle again kind of having a hard time getting out of blocks against the quickness, power, and energy of the champion.
Earlier tonight, your prediction, Taz, you went with Kurt Angle to become new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Angle said earlier tonight, if I can defeat Lashley, the most dominant wrestler in the history of TNA, I can prove I'm one of the best here tonight.
Nice duck up, that drop step into a high crotch, then takes down Angle with a go behind takedown, trying to trap the arm as he has the head. You see Kurt get wrist control and gets his own single leg and he's gonna suck it in now. He'll pull it in. Oh no, he changed off. That's what really great wrestlers like these two guys do. They change off of holds a lot. You won't see a lot of pro wrestlers do that. They'll go to different levels on holds.
And this time Angle catches Lashley.
Beautiful throw by Kurt. He's going for a German maybe. Oh, wow.
And Kurt Angle keeping his hands locked. We saw Angle deliver 10 German suplexes to Eric Young on Angle's way to becoming #1 contender for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
I am shocked that Kurt Angle just popped off those Germans this early in the match. I think he's sending a message directly to Lashley. I can throw you anytime I want in this match.
There have been 16 TNA World Heavyweight Champions. Kurt Angle, the very first.
That drop toe hold into that ankle lock already.
Here we go.
Angle not working by the hour here.
Will Lashley be forced to tap out early and the champion able to reach the bottom rope?
Listen, man, I predicted Kurt Angle would win this match. It's no disrespect on Lashley. I have mad respect for Lashley. I consider him a good friend of mine. But the thing is, I just feel like Kurt is just locked in right now. Since being out of the ring for so long and since his time back, coming up from knee operation, the whole 9 yards, I feel like Kurt is just like another second win for him. I just feel like it's there for him right now.
Giving up 44 pounds, you don't think that's a huge disadvantage for Kurt?
It's big. I mean, yeah, it's definitely huge. And probably several inches in height also. I mean, so, see, a spot by Lashley. He's going to kind of pick his spots and dictate the pace of this match. Lashley's hurt, I think, after those suplexes or something.
Perhaps the ankle lock doing damage as well to Lashley. Kurt Angle, though, shoulder first off of that steel guardrail.
There's those 44 pounds advantage that you were just referencing for Lashley.
Kurt Angle, the challenger, needs to get this match back into the ring. That's the only way that Kurt can become champion here tonight, by pinfall or submission inside the ring.
Well, most of the times referees will have a little bit more, be a little more lenient when it's for the World Heavyweight title. I think we're seeing that here in regards to a count-out situation. You don't want the championship to be retained or given up via count-out. That's kind of a stink fest, in my opinion. Referee Brian Hebner, well-versed in refereeing multiple main events in his career, like his dad. So he's the perfect guy to ref this thing, in my opinion.
Lashley back into the ring, giving no separation to Angle, covered by Lashley, and Kurt once again right at 2, able to kick out.
Again, first time ever for these two warriors. Great to see, I'll tell you, man. Great opportunity to call this thing. A lot of fun. Maybe I should rethink my prediction here. I don't know. Kurt's not doing too good.
Yeah, Lashley was able to weather the early storm of Kurt Angle. You saw the power come into play early, and then Kurt was able to turn things around with that beautiful belly-to-belly suplex. Lashley, with one of his own, floats over. Vertical suplex there, but able to float over.
I mean, we saw the transition that Lashley made from pro wrestling into MMA, back to pro wrestling. We've never seen Kurt Angle do that. And I think it was during the era of his prime, his career. MMA wasn't as popular. But I think everybody always thought, I know when I was in WWE with Kurt Angle and all these we traveled and trained together, we'll talk about it as it got popular. And I think it's something that Kurt probably, everybody knows, would have flourished at, would have done amazing at, especially with his international wrestling ability. But it just never happened. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's not too late. You never know.
And Kurt Angle tonight, though, is fully focused on becoming TNA World Champion. Lashley, again, the power game, and a kick out once again by Angle, but you can really see what Lashley brought here tonight. He wants to wear down Angle.
And it's working. He's got that arm locked up. He's got the forearm, see the elbow right behind the head. Got like a key lock version there, and he's controlling Kurt's left wing. I'm sorry, right wing. How am I doing? But, it's smart to try and eliminate an arm. I would have stuck to the leg game plan, but because of the knee injury that Kurt has, the surgically repaired knee, I should say, that Kurt had.
The longer this match goes, who does it benefit, Lashley or Kurt Angle? Because you said earlier, hey, Kurt Angle, he doesn't get paid by the hour, and it looks like Lashley's in it for the long haul.
I think it benefits Lashley the longer this thing goes. I really do. And let's be frank, Lashley's a little bit younger, okay? His body's not as beat up as all the years of injuries that Kurt's had. I just think that Lashley's been on a reign of terror the past several months, as we've seen. He's bust through everybody, man. He don't care about nothing. He just wants to fight and defend his title. And that his cardio's been amazing. So I think it benefits the champ the longer it goes.
Kurt Angle's career has been amazing. TNA Triple Crown winner, 2-time Division I Collegiate National Champion. Kurt Angle has pretty much done it all and continues to fire on all cylinders, wants to do more, does the Olympic gold medalist.
Well, Kurt Angle wrestled in college at a school called Clarion, which is in Pennsylvania.
Hold on, German suplex again.
And he was a straight-up stud there, known as a great wrestling program as Clarion. And Kurt Angle, probably the best ever out of there. Kurt Angle doing it big, though, right now, man. Big German suplexes again on Lashley.
That was a trifecta, 3 more German suplexes from Angle to Lashley. Where does Kurt Angle get his endurance from? Looking for the Angle slam. Lashley pops free, and nice spine buster from Lashley. Cover, hooks the leg, and Angle somehow kicks out at 2.
You gotta wonder that spine buster, what did it do to Angle? You know, many operations, surgically repaired neck of Kurt Angle, and a spine buster affects that thing big time.
Is Lashley thinking spear? Is Lashley thinking this one's over?
Oh man, he's in the zone, buddy.
And Angle sidesteps Lashley, and the challenger again, another German suplex.
I mean, it's got to be up to a total of what, 10 Germans in this match? You know, these take a lot out of the guy giving the German too, by the way. Lashley's really landed hard.
Angle looking for his 4th consecutive German suplex. Hands are still locked. Angle's still firmly in control.
So hard to do what he's doing, especially to a guy the size of Lashley. Look at Kurt Angle. The guy's just an animal, man. I'm telling you.
And Angle looking ankle lock for the 2nd time in this match.
He's got it on.
Angle looking to cinch in here on the world champion. And there he goes. Will Lashley tap out?
The challenger is in control. America's golden boy, Kurt Angle, in control.
And Lashley able to fight off. Lashley avoiding, and this time, Lashley relying on his power. And the power slam. Angle hard into the canvas. Leg is hooked, and Kurt Angle kicks out once again. What a match for the World Heavyweight Championship between Lashley and Kurt Angle. And Lashley shoulder first into the steel post as we welcome everyone back. Kurt Angle, schoolboy, looking to become champion into the ankle lock.
Nicely done. Schoolboy into that ankle lock. That was very well done by Angle.
And for the 3rd time in this match, Lashley is at the mercy of Kurt Angle.
Well, let me teach you something here. Everybody out there, big foot, big long legs by Lashley. The bigger his foot is, the more foot there is to grab in that ankle lock.
And Lashley rolls through Angle. Head hard off the turnbuckle. Ladies and gentlemen, we have taken our final commercial break. We are with you for the entirety of this TNA World Heavyweight Championship match.
These guys are working hard. The drip is pouring off the champion right now. The sweat, I should say, pouring off the champion.
Lashley looking spear. Angle counters with the knee. Angle slam. Angle rolls over. We're going to have a new champion. Lashley kicks out at 2. That shin of Kurt Angle coming into play, countering the spear of Lashley.
That Angle slam was impressive. Both of these men could see the fatigue levels hitting them because all of the energy and the physicality they're putting on each other.
Oh! High back elbow, clothesline by Lashley again, going back to the power game. The wheelhouse of Lashley.
Lashley's smart, is not rushing into anything. He's paying, he's taking his time, but he's actually got something nice delayed. Vertical suplex there. Hard landed, man. Hard landed for the challenger.
A lot of powerful moves throughout this match from Lashley.
That's his game, buddy. That's his game, man.
Lashley again thinking spear.
He's going to run right through Angle here, buddy. He is going to run right through Kurt with this spear. You can see Lashley setting up.
And there's the spear!
I knew it. You could see it was coming.
And Lashley is on his way to retaining the championship. Did he get him? He got him!
I think he got him. He didn't get him. He didn't get him.
Referee Brian Hebner, who had the best vantage point, was in the perfect spot, said Angle got the shoulder up at 2.
I don't know how. Man, that was some shot right there with that spear. What impact, what a hit. Wow, by Lashley.
What is Lashley doing here? I mean, clearly Lashley's going to ascend to the top rope.
Yeah, don't worry about this guy's some kind of athlete. He's not exactly climbing up there too gingerly, I'll tell you that, though, buddy.
Kurt Angle. How many times have we seen Angle do this in his career, thrown off, though, by Lashley?
Lashley looks like he's thinking about doing something up these ropes, but he should just do it already.
278 pounds comes up empty.
Can you imagine getting hit by that guy?
That would have been the end of the match.
Holy smokes. Shows the athleticism that Lashley has, the way he flew off those ropes as far as he went. Kurt Angle's trying to pull from underneath, man. He's trying to suck it up right here.
Kurt Angle up, and now Angle has aspirations of high flying. And Kurt Angle with the crossbody. Lashley absorbs, rolls through.
Got himself an ankle lock.
And will Kurt Angle tap out?
Well done by Lashley. Much to the chagrin of the live audience there at Wembley Arena, but I'll tell you what, I was impressed with that. Angle might tap on his own hold.
Is Kurt Angle seconds away from tapping out? Is Lashley seconds away from retaining the TNA World Heavyweight Championship?
Got that ankle lock in real good, does Lashley.
And Angle makes his way to the bottom rope. Lashley has 5 seconds to break, and he does.
You want to grab those extra 5 seconds to maybe tear a tendon or a ligament in that ankle. Every second that holds on, it's excruciating.
Kurt Angle trying not to put too much weight on the ankle. He's back up, and Angle, look at Angle slam again. Where does he get the strength? Cover, Lashley down, and Kurt Angle was that close to becoming world champion.
Josh, how physical is this match?
Lashley held on.
Sure did. He's trying to go for an armbar, maybe like a Juji Katami, which is, yeah, it is, like what some call a cross arm breaker. It's a jiu-jitsu hold. Totally pulls your bicep apart. Got to grip his own hand, does Kurt. Got to try and grip his own hand or roll towards Lashley to alleviate that stretch of the bicep.
How smart for Lashley to position himself between Angle and the ropes.
Very smart. Can't get to the rope to break it, but Kurt used his face and head, kept the pressure on the leg, broke the hold. Look at this guy. Wow! That is just freaking subhuman. I'm telling you what he just did.
And Lashley pulled back into the center of the ring. Kurt Angle has the ankle lock fully cinched in.
Why has no one ever booked these two guys against each other until now? This is crazy. What a match.
Where were you on March 20th when Kurt Angle went one-on-one with Lashley for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship?
He's in trouble. Lashley's in trouble. A champ. He's caught up, man. He can't even move with that leg bar. Leg scissor, grapevine completely with the ankle lock.
Lashley may pass out. Lashley may pass out from the pain.
He's hanging on. He's
Lashley tapped out.
He tapped.
Kurt Angle won.
Holy crap.
The winner of the match and new World Heavyweight Champion, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle is now 6-time TNA World Champion. The Hall of Famer is champion. The Angle era is real.
What a match. First off, congratulations to Kurt Angle. As far as world championships, that's his 14th time of being a world heavyweight champion. And the emotion is taking over. America's pride in Kurt Angle. But tip your cap to Lashley. He had no choice but to tap, man. There's no shame in tapping. He was caught. You gotta live to fight another day. He could not get out of the grapevine around that leg and the ankle lock. There was no way for him to get out, Josh. He had to tap. He had to tap.
Earlier tonight, Kurt Angle called Lashley the most dominant wrestler in the history of TNA. And tonight, Kurt Angle has bested Lashley for the TNA World title.
That's what it's about. Mad respect for each other. Two tremendous, phenomenal wrestlers. What a match. Congrats to both men and the world champion, the new world champion.
So let's take everyone back and show everyone how this unfolded. In the early goings, it was the power of Lashley that was in control.
Yeah, we saw that early going. I mean, and it was a kind of a back and forth thing a little bit. But then Kurt Angle was able to hit these German suplexes early in the match, which surprised me. And he kept going back to the suplexes too.
And Lashley at some point was able to deliver the spear. We thought it was over here, and somehow Angle was able to go on.
That spear, as you saw, was insane. I thought he had Kurt. So did you. We thought he lost, but nuh-uh.
Kurt Angle will go for the 4th ankle lock, and you said he grapevine the leg. That means he used his legs, right?
Exactly, and you just immobilize your opponent, as we're looking at right here. We're seeing Lashley's immobilized. He can't go anywhere, Josh. He doesn't want to tap. His pride's hanging on, but he had no choice. He had to tap as we relinquish his title.
Kurt Angle has done it all. The TNA Hall of Famer is now TNA World Heavyweight Champion. What an emotional night for Kurt Angle.
I predicted him to win. I'm not putting myself over, but I'm still shocked that he won. You know what I mean? Like, just all the years Kurt's been in the ring, all the injuries he's been through, all the ups and downs in his personal life, but yet he stands in the middle of the ring in a 6-sided ring, looking at his new TNA World Heavyweight title. I'm so happy for Kurt Angle on a personal level. I do kind of feel bad for Lashley too, because the dude got caught and he couldn't get out. I've been there, I know what that's like, and it sucks. But you know what, if you're gonna lose your title to anyone, why not Kurt Angle?
Lashley will have another opportunity, many opportunities down the road for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. You can't help but think about what happened about a month ago. No one knew the future of Kurt Angle. Now he's TNA World Champion.
And what a night this was, Josh. This was a sick night.
You're not kidding, partner. We want to thank everyone for joining us.